we have made a vow to study, lords. And in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, in leaden contemplation have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Other slow arts entirely keep the brain, and therefore, finding barren practisers, scarce show a harvest of their heavy toil. But love, first learned in a lady's eyes, lives not alone immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements, courses as swift as thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power. Above their functions and their offices, it adds a precious seeing to the eye. A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound. When the suspicious head of theft is stopped, love's feeling is more soft and sensible. Then are the tender horns of cockled snails. Love's tongue proves dainty Bacchus gross in taste. For valor is not love a Hercules, still climbing trees in the Hesperides, subtle as Sphinx, as sweet and musical, as bright Apollo's lute strung with his hair. And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods, make heaven drowsy with the harmony. Never durst poet touch a pen to write, until his ink were tempered with love's sighs. Oh, then his lines would ravish savage ears, and plant in tyrants mild humility. From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the right Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academes, that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Else none at all in aught proves excellent. Then fools you were these women to forswear. Or, keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools. For wisdom's sake, a word that all men love. Or for love's sake, a word that loves all men. Or for men's sake, the authors of these women. Or women's sake, by whom we men are men. Let us once lose our oaths to find ourselves. Or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths. It is religion to be thus forsworn. For charity itself fulfills the law. And who can sever love from charity? King. Saint Cupid then, and soldiers to the field. BDROWNE. Advance your standards, and upon them, lords. Pell-mell down with them, but be first advised. In conflict that you get the son of them. Longueville. Now to plain dealing, lay these glozes by. Shall we resolve to woo these girls of France? King. And win them too, therefore let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents. BDROWNE. First, from the park let us conduct them thither. Then homeward every man attach the hand of his fair mistress in the afternoon. We will with some strange pastime solace them, such as the shortness of the time can shape. For revels, dances, masks, and merry hours. For run fair love, strewing her way with flowers. King. Away, away, no time shall be omitted. That will betime and may by us be fitted. BDROWNE. Allens, sowed cockle reaped no corn. And justice always whirls in equal measure. Light wenches may prove plagues to men forsworn. If so, our copper buys no better treasure. Act 5. Scene 1, the King of Navarre's park. Enter Holofernes, Sir Nathaniel and Dull. Holofernes. Sut ease quod sufficit. Nathanil. I praise God for you, sir. Your reasons at dinner have been sharp and sententious, pleasant without scurrility, witty without affection, audacious without impudency, learned without opinion, and strange without heresy. I did converse this quondam day with a companion of the king's, who is intituled, nominated, or called Don Adriano d'Armato. Holofernes. Novi hominum tanquem te. His humor is lofty, his discourse peremptory, his tongue filed, his eye ambitious, his gait majestical, and his general behavior vain, ridiculous, and thrasonical. He is too picked, too spruce, too affected, too odd, as it were, too peregrinate, as I may call it. Nathanil, a most singular and choice epithet, draws out his table book. Holofernes, he draweth out the thread of his verbosity finer than the staple of his argument. I abhor such fanatical phantasimes, such insociable and point-devised companions, such rackers of orthography as to speak doubt sign B, when he should say doubt, debt when he should pronounce debt, D-E-B-T not D-E-T he cleapeth a calf cough, half hoff, neighbor vocature never, nay abbreviated ni. This is abominable which he would call abominable. It insinuateth me of insani, ni intelliges domin, to make frantic lunatic. Nathanil. Laustio bone intelligo. Holofernes. Bone for Benny, Priscian a little scratched, twill serve. Enter Armado, moth and custard. Nathanil. Vitusni quis venet. Holofernes. Video et gaudio. Armadio. Chura. Holofernes. Querchura not sira. Armadio. Men of peace well encountered. Holofernes. Most military, sir, salutation. Moth. Aside to costard, they have been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps. Costard. Oh, they have lived long on the alms basket of words. I marvel thy master hath not eaten thee for a word, for thou art not so long by the head as honorificabilitudinitatibus. Thou art easier swallowed than a flapdragon. Moth. Peace, the peal begins. Armadio. Monsieur, are you not lettered? Moth. Yes, he teaches boys the horn book. What is a B spelt backward with the horn on his head? Holofernes. Ba purisha with a horn added. Moth. Ba most silly sheep with a horn, you hear his learning. Holofernes. Quis thou consonant. Moth. The third of the 5 vowels if you repeat them, or the 5th if I. Holofernes. I will repeat them, ei. Moth. The sheep, the other 2 concludes it, oh you. Armadio. Now by the salt wave of the Mediterranean, a sweet touch, a quick venue of wit. Snip, snap, quick and home, it rejoiceth my intellect, true wit. Moth. Offered by a child to an old man, which is witold. Holofernes. What is the figure, what is the figure? Moth. Horns. Holofernes. Thou disputes like an infant, go whip thy gig. Moth. Lend me your horn to make one, and I will whip about your infamy unum sita. A gig of a cuckold's horn. Costard. And I had but 1 penny in the world, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread. Hold, there is the very remuneration I had of thy master, thou halfpenny purse of wit, thou pigeon egg of discretion. Oh, and the heavens were so pleased that thou wert but my bastard. What a joyful father wouldst thou make me? Go to, thou hast it add dunghill at the fingers' ends, as they say. Holofernes. Oh, I smell false Latin, dunghill for ungum. Armadio. Artsman, preambulate, we will be singuled from the barbarous. Do you not educate youth at the charge house on the top of the mountain? Holofernes. Or mons the hill. Armadio. At your sweet pleasure for the mountain. Holofernes. I do, sans question. Armadio. Sir, it is the king's most sweet pleasure and affection to congratulate the princess at her pavilion in the posteriors of this day, which the rude multitude call the afternoon. Holofernes. The posterior of the day, most generous sir, is liable, congruent, and measurable for the afternoon. The word is well culled, chose, sweet, and apt. I do assure you, sir, I do assure. Armadio. Sir, the king is a noble gentleman, and my familiar, I do assure ye, very good friend. For what is inward between us, let it pass. I do beseech thee, remember thy courtesy, I beseech thee, apparel thy head. And among other importunate and most serious designs, and of great import indeed, too, but let that pass. For I must tell thee it will please his grace, by the world, sometime to lean upon my poor shoulder, and with his royal finger thus dally with my excrement, with my mustachio. But, sweetheart, let that pass. By the world, I recount no fable. Some certain special honors it pleaseth his greatness to impart to our motto, a soldier, a man of travel that hath seen the world. But let that pass. The very all of all is, but, sweetheart, I do implore secrecy, that the king would have me present the princess, sweet Chuck, with some delightful ostentation, or show, or pageant, or antic, or firework. Now, understanding that the curate and your sweet self are good at such eruptions and sudden breaking out of mirth, as it were, I have acquainted you withal, to the end to crave your assistance. Holofernes. Sir, you shall present before her the 9 worthies. Sir Nathaniel, as concerning some entertainment of time, some show in the posterior of this day, to be rendered by our assistants, the king's command, and this most gallant, illustrate, and learned gentleman, before the princess, I say, none so fit as to present the 9 worthies. Nathaniel. Where will you find men worthy enough to present them? Holofernes. Joshua, yourself, myself, and this gallant gentleman, Judas Maccabeus. This swain, because of his great limb or joint, shall pass Pompey the Great, the page Hercules. Aramadio. Pardon, sir, error. He is not quantity enough for that worthy's thumb, he is not so big as the end of his club. Holofernes. Shall I have audience? He shall present Hercules in minority. His enter and exit shall be strangling a snake, and I will have an apology for that purpose. Moth. An excellent device, so if any of the audience hiss, you may cry, well done, Hercules, now thou crushest the snake. That is the way to make an offense gracious, though few have the grace to do it. Aramadio. For the rest of the worthies. Holofernes. I will play 3 myself. Moth. Thrice worthy gentlemen. Aramadio. Shall I tell you a thing? Holofernes. We attend. Aramadio. We will have, if this fadge not an antic, I beseech you follow. Holofernes. Via Goodman Dull, thou hast spoken no word all this while. Dull. Nor understood none neither, sir. Holofernes. Allens, we will employ thee. Dull. I'll make one in a dance or so, or I will play on the tabor to the worthies and let them dance the hay. Holofernes. Most dull, honest dull, to our sport away. Scene 2, the same, before the princess's pavilion. Enter the princess, Rosaline, Catherine, and Maria. Princess. Sweethearts, we shall be rich ere we depart, if fairings come thus plentifully in. A lady walled about with diamonds. Look you what I have from the loving king. Rosaline. Madam, came nothing else along with that? Princess. Nothing but this, yes, as much love in rhyme as would be crammed up in a sheet of paper. Rideau both sides the leaf, margin and all. That he was fain to seal on Cupid's name. Rosaline. That was the way to make his godhead wax. For he hath been 5,000 years a boy. Catherine. I, and a shrewd unhappy gallows too. Rosaline. You'll ne'er be friends with him, he killed your sister. Catherine. He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy. And so she died, had she been light like you. Of such a merry, nimble, stirring spirit. She might ha been a grandam ere she died. And so may you, for a light heart lives long. Rosaline. What's your dark meaning, mouse, of this light word? Catherine. A light condition in a beauty dark. Rosaline. We need more light to find your meaning out. Kalathrin. You'll mar the light by taking it in snuff. Therefore, I'll darkly end the argument. Rosaline. Look what you do it still ith dark. Kalathrin. So do not you, for you are a light wench. Rosaline. Indeed I weigh not you, and therefore light. Kalathrin. You weigh me not, oh that's you care not for me. Rosaline. Great reason, for past cure is still past care. Princess. Well bandied both, a set of wit well played. But, Rosaline, you have a favor too. Who sent it, and what is it? Rosaline. I would you knew. And if my face were but as fair as yours, my favor were as great, be witness this. Nay, I have verses too, I thank Baron. The number's true, and were the numbering too. I were the fairest goddess on the ground. I am compared to 20,000 fairs. Oh, he hath drawn my picture in his letter. Princess. Anything like. Rosaline. Much in the letters, nothing in the praise. Princess. Beauteous as ink, a good conclusion. Kalathrin. Fair as a text be in a copybook. Rosaline. Wear pencils how, let me not die your debtor. My red dominical, my golden letter. Oh, that your face were not so full of O's. Princess. A pox of that jest, and beshrew all shrews. But, Catharine, what was sent to you from fair Dumain? Kalathrin. Madam, this glove. Princess. Did he not send you twain? Kalathrin. Yes, madam, and moreover. Some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover. A huge translation of hypocrisy. Vilely compiled, profound simplicity. Maria. This and these pearls to me sent Longueville. The letter is too long by half a mile. Princess. I think no less, dost thou not wish in heart? The chain were longer and the letter short. Maria. Or I would these hands might never part. Princess. We are wise girls to mock our lovers so. Rosaline. They are worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Baron I'll torture ere I go. Oh that I knew he were but in by weak. How I would make him fawn, and beg and seek. And wait the season, and observe the times. And spend his prodigal wits in bootless rhymes. And shape his service wholly to my hests. And make him proud to make me proud that jests. So pertant like would I o'ersway his state, that he should be my fool, and I his fate. Princess. None are so surely caught when they are catched. As wit turned fool, folly in wisdom hatched. Hath wisdom's warrant and the help of school. And wit's own grace to grace a learned fool. Rosaline. The blood of youth burns not with such excess. As gravities revolt to wantonness. Maria. Folly in fools bears not so strong a note. As foolery in the wise when wit doth dote. Since all the power thereof it doth apply. To prove by wit worth in simplicity. Enter Boyet. Princess. Here comes Boyet, and mirth is in his face. Boyet. Oh, I am stabbed with laughter, where is her grace? Princess. Thy news, Boyet. Boyet. Prepare, madam, prepare. Arm, wenches, arm, encounters mounted are. Against your peace, love doth approach disguised. Armed in arguments, you'll be surprised. Muster your wits, stand in your own defense. or hide your heads like cowards and fly hence. Princess. Saint Denis to Saint Cupid, what are they? That charge their breath against us, say scout say. Boyt. Under the cool shade of a sycamore. I thought to close mine eyes some half an hour. When, lo, to interrupt my purposed rest, toward that shade I might behold addressed the king and his companions, warily. I stole into a neighbor thicket by, and overheard what you shall overhear. That by and by, disguised they will be here. Their herald is a pretty knavish page, that well by heart hath conned his embassage. Action and accent did they teach him there. Thus must thou speak, and thus thy body bear. And ever and anon they made a doubt. Presence majestical would put him out. For, quoth the king, an angel shalt thou see. Yet fear not thou, but speak audaciously. The boy replied, an angel is not evil. I should have feared her had she been a devil. With that all laughed, and clapped him on the shoulder, making the bold wag by their praises bolder. One rubbed his elbow thus, and fleered and swore. A better speech was never spoke before. Another with his finger and his thumb cried, Via, we will do tea, come what will come. The third he capered, and cried, all goes well. The fourth turned on the toe, and down he fell. With that they all did tumble on the ground, with such a zealous laughter, so profound, that in this spleen ridiculous appears, to check their folly, passion's solemn tears. Princess. But what, come they to visit us? Boyt. They do, and are apparelled thus, like Muscovites or Russians as I guess. Their purpose is to parley, court and dance, and every one his love feet will advance, unto his several mistress which they'll know, by favors several which they did bestow. Princess. And will they so, the gallants shall be tasked. For, ladies, we will everyone be masked, and not a man of them shall have the grace, despite of suit, to see a lady's face. Hold, Rosaline, this favor thou shalt wear, and then the king will court thee for his dear. Hold, take thou this, my sweet, and give me thine. So shall Biron take me for Rosaline, and change you favors too, so shall your loves. Woo contrary, deceived by these removes. Rosaline. Come on then, where the favors most in sight. Klathirin. But in this changing, what is your intent? Princess. The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mocking merriment. And mock for mock is only my intent. Their several counsels they unbosom shall, to love's mistook and so be mocked withal. Upon the next occasion that we meet, with visages displayed to talk and greet. Rosaline. But shall we dance if they desire us taught? Princess. No, to the death we will not move a foot, nor to their pen speech render we no grace. But wild tease spoke each turn away her face. Boyt. Why, that contempt will kill the speaker's heart, and quite divorce his memory from his part. Princess. Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt. The rest will ne'er come in, if he be out. There's no such sport as sport by sport o'erthrown, to make theirs ours, and ours none but our own. So shall we stay, mocking intended game, and they, well mocked, depart away with shame. Sound trumpet within. Boyt. The trumpet sounds, be masked, the maskers come. The ladies mask. Enter blackamoors with music, moth with a speech, the king, Biron, Longueville, and Dumaine disguised. Moth. All hail, the richest beauties on the earth. Boyt. Beauties no richer than rich taffeta. Moth, a holy parcel of the fairest dames. The ladies turn their backs to him, that ever turned their backs to mortal views. Browne. Their eyes, villain, their eyes. Moth, that ever turned their eyes to mortal views. Out. Boyt. True, out indeed. Moth, out of your favors, heavenly spirits vouchsafe. Not to behold. Browne. Once to behold, rogue. Moth, once to behold with your sunbeamed eyes. With your sunbeamed eyes. Boyt. They will not answer to that epithet. You were best call it daughter-beamed eyes. Moth. They do not mark me, and that brings me out. Browne. Is this your perfectness? Begone, you rogue. Rosaline. What would these strangers know their minds, boyet? If they do speak our language, 'tis our will that some plain man recount their purposes. Know what they would. Boyt. What would you with the princess? Browne. Nothing but peace and gentle visitation. Rosaline. What would they say they? Boyt. Nothing but peace and gentle visitation. Rosaline. Why that they have, and bid them so be gone. Boyt. She says you have it, and you may be gone. King. Say to her, we have measured many miles. To tread a measure with her on this grass. Boyt. They say that they have measured many a mile. To tread a measure with you on this grass. Rosaline. It is not so, ask them how many inches. Is in 1 mile, if they have measured many. The measure then of one is easily told. Boyt. If to come hither you have measured miles. And many miles the princess bids you tell. How many inches doth fill up 1 mile? Browne. Tell her we measure them by weary steps. Boyt. She hears herself. Rosaline. How many weary steps? Of many weary miles you have orgone. Are numbered in the travel of 1 mile. Browne. We number nothing that we spend for you. Our duty is so rich, so infinite, that we may do it still without account. Vouchsafe to show the sunshine of your face, that we, like savages, may worship it. Rosaline. My face is but a moon, and clouded too. King. Blessed are clouds to do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these thy stars to shine. Those clouds removed upon our watery eyne. Rosaline. O vain petitioner, beg a greater matter. Thou now requests but moonshine in the water. King. Then in our measure do but vouchsafe one change. Thou bidst me beg, this begging is not strange. Rosaline. Play music then, nay you must do it soon. Not yet, no dance, thus change I like the moon. King. Will you not dance, how come you thus estranged? Rosaline. You took the moon at full, but now she's changed. King. Yet still she is the moon, and I the man. The music plays, vouchsafe some motion to it. Rosaline. Our ears vouchsafe it. King. But your legs should do it. Rosaline. Since you are strangers and come here by chance. Will not be nice, take hands, we will not dance. King. Why take we hands then? Rosaline. Only to part friends. curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends. King. More measure of this measure, be not nice. Rosaline. We can afford no more at such a price. King. Price you yourselves, what buys your company? Rosaline. Your absence only. King. That can never be. Rosaline. Then cannot we be bought, and so adieu. Twice to your visor, and half once to you. King. If you deny to dance, let's hold more chat. Rosaline. In private then. King. I am best pleased with that. They converse apart. Bdrowne. White-handed mistress, one sweet word with thee. Princess. Honey and milk and sugar, there is 3. Bdrowne. Nay then, 2 trays, and if you grow so nice. Metheglin, Wirt and Momsey, well-run dice. There's half a dozen sweets. Princess. 7th sweet, adieu. Since you can cog, I'll play no more with you. Bdrowne. One word in secret. Princess. Let it not be sweet. Bdrowne. Thou grievest my gall. Princess. Gall's bitter. Bdrowne. Therefore meet. They converse apart. Dumain. Will you vouchsafe with me to change a word? Maria. Name it. Dumain. Fair lady. Maria. Say you so, fair lord. Take that for your fair lady. Dumain. Please it you. As much in private, and I'll bid adieu. They converse apart. Kalathine. What, was your visor made without a tongue? Longueville. I know the reason, lady, why you ask. Kalathine. Oh, for your reason, quickly, sir, I long. Longueville. You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my speechless visor half. Kalathine. Veal, quoth the Dutchman, is not veal a calf? Longueville. A calf, fair lady. Kalathine. No, a fair lord calf. Longueville. Let's part the word. Kalathine. No, I'll not be your half. Take all and wean it, it may prove an ox. Longueville. Look how you butt yourself in these sharp mocks. Will you give horns, chaste lady? Do not so. Kalathine. Then die a calf before your horns do grow. Longueville. One word in private with you ere I die. Kalathine. Bleat softly then, the butcher hears you cry. They converse apart. Boyt. The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as is the razor's edge invisible, cutting a smaller hair than may be seen. Above the sense of sense so sensible. Seemeth their conference, their conceits have wings. Fleeter than arrows, bullets, wind, thought, swifter things. Rosaline. Not one word more, my maids, break off, break off. Bdrowne. By heaven, all dry beaten with pure scoff. King. Farewell, mad wenches, you have simple wits. Exeunt king, lords and blackamoors. Princess. 20 adieus, my frozen Muscovites. Are these the breed of wits so wondered at? Boyt. Tapers they are, with your sweet breaths puffed out. Rosaline. Well-liking wits they have, gross, gross, fat, fat. Princess. O poverty and wit, kingly poor flout! Will they not, think you, hang themselves tonight? Or ever but in visors show their faces? This pert baron was out of countenance quite. Rosaline. They were all in lamentable cases. The king was weeping ripe for a good word. Princess. Baron did swear himself out of all suit. Maria. Dumain was at my service and his sword. Non point, quoth I, my servant straight was mute. Theatrical. Lord Longueville said I came o'er his heart. And trow you what he called me? Princess. Qualm perhaps. Theatrical. Yes, in good faith. Princess. Go, sickness as thou art. Rosaline. Well, better wits have worn plain statute caps. But will you hear, the king is my love sworn. Princess. And quick baron hath plighted face to me. Theatrical. And Longueville was for my service born. Maria. Dumain is mine as sure as bark on tree. Boyt. Madam and pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will again be here. In their own shapes, for it can never be. They will digest this harsh indignity. Princess. Will they return? Boyt. They will, God knows. And leap for joy, though they are lame with blows. Therefore, change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in the summer air. Princess. How blow, speak to be understood. Boyt. Fair ladies masked are roses in their bud. Dismasked, their damask sweet commixture shown. Are angels veiling clouds or roses blown? Princess. Avant perplexity, what shall we do? If they return in their own shapes to woo. Rosaline. Good madam, if by me you'll be advised. Let's mock them still, as well known as disguised. Let us complain to them what fools were here, disguised like Muscovites in shapeless gear. And wonder what they were, and to what end. Their shallow shows and prologue vilely penned, and their rough carriage so ridiculous, should be presented at our tent to us. Boyt. Ladies, withdraw, the gallants are at hand. Princess. Whip to our tents, as roes run o'er the land. Exeunt Princess, Rosaline, Catherine, and Maria. Enter the king, Baron, Longueville, and Dumain as themselves. King. Fair sir, God save you, where's the princess? Boyt. Gone to her tent, please it your majesty. Command me any service to her thither. King. That she vouchsafe me audience for one word. Boyt. I will, and so will she, I know my lord. Brown. This fellow pecks up wit as pigeons peas, and utters it again when God doth please. He is wit's peddler, and retails his wares at wakes and wassels, meetings, markets, fairs. And we that sell by gross, the Lord doth know, have not the grace to grace it with such show. This gallant pins the wenches on his sleeve. Had he been Adam, he had tempted Eve. He can carve too and lisp, why this is he that kissed his hand away in courtesy. This is the ape of form, Monsieur the Nice, that when he plays at tables, chides the dice. In honorable terms, nay, he can sing a mean most meanly, and in ushering. Mend him who can, the ladies call him sweet. The stairs, as he treads on them, kiss his feet. This is the flower that smiles on everyone, to show his teeth as white as whale's bone, and consciences that will not die in debt. Pay him the due of honey-tongued boyet. King. a blister on his sweet tongue with my heart. That put our motto's page out of his part. Enter the princess, Rosaline, Maria, Catherine with Boyet. BDROWNE. See where it comes, behavior, what wert thou? Till this man showed thee, and what art thou now? King. All hail, sweet madam, and fair time of day. Princess. Fair in all hail is foul as I conceive. King. Construe my speeches better if you may. Princess. Then wish me better, I will give you leave. King. We came to visit you, and purpose now to lead you to our court, vouchsafe it then. Princess. This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men. King. Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. The virtue of your eye must break my oath. Princess. You nickname virtue, vice you should have spoke. For virtue's office never breaks men's troth. Now by my maiden honor, yet is pure. As the unsullied lily, I protest. A world of torments though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate a breaking cause to be of heavenly oaths vowed with integrity. King. Oh, you have lived in desolation here. Unseen, unvisited, much to our shame. Princess. Not so, my lord, it is not so, I swear. We have had pastimes here and pleasant game. A mess of Russians left us but of late. King. How, madam, Russians? Princess. I, in truth, my lord. Trim gallants, full of courtship and of state. Rosaline. Madam, speak true, it is not so, my lord. My lady, to the manner of the days, in courtesy gives undeserving praise. We four indeed confronted were with four. In Russian habit, here they stayed an hour, and talked apace, and in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I dare not call them fools, but this I think, when they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink. BDROWNE. This jest is dry to me, my gentle sweet. Your wit makes wise things foolish, when we greet. With eyes best seeing, heaven's fiery eye. By light we lose light, your capacity is of that nature that to your huge store, wise things seem foolish and rich things but poor. Rosaline. This proves you wise and rich, for in my eye. BDROWNE. I am a fool and full of poverty. Rosaline. But that you take what doth to you belong. It were a fault to snatch words from my tongue. BDROWNE. Oh, I am yours and all that I possess. Rosaline. All the fool mine. BDROWNE. I cannot give you less. Rosaline. Which of the visors was it that you wore? BDROWNE. Where, when, what visor, why demand you this? Rosaline. There then that visor, that superfluous case, that hid the worse and showed the better face. King. We are disgrayed, they'll mock us now downright. Dooming. Let us confess and turn it to a jest. Princess. Amazed, my lord, why looks your highness sad? Rosaline. Help hold his brows, he'll swoon, why look you pale? Seasick, I think, coming from Muscovy. BDROWNE. Thus pour the stars down plagues for perjury. Can any face of brass hold longer out? Here stand I, lady, dart thy skill at me. Bruise me with scorn, confound me with a flout. Thrust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance. Cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit. and I will wish thee never more to dance, nor never more in Russian habit wait. Oh, never will I trust to speeches penned, nor to the motion of a schoolboy's tongue, nor never come in visor to my friend, nor woo in rhyme like a blind harper's song. Taffeta phrases, silken terms precise, three-piled hyperboles, spruce affectation, figures pedantical, these summer flies, have blown me full of maggot ostentation. I do forswear them, and I here protest. By this white glove, how white the hand God knows. Henceforth my wooing mind shall be expressed in russet yeas and honest kersey nose. And to begin, wench, so God help me law, my love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw. Rosaline. Sans, I pray you. Bdrowne. Yet I have a trick of the old rage, bear with me, I am sick. I'll leave it by degrees, soft, let us see. Right, Lord, have mercy on us on those three. They are infected, in their hearts it lies. They have the plague, and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited, you are not free. For the Lord's tokens on you do I see. Princess. No, they are free that gave these tokens to us. Bdrowne. Our states are forfeit, seek not to undo us. Rosaline. It is not so, for how can this be true? That you stand forfeit, being those that sue. Bdrowne. Peace, for I will not have to do with you. Rosaline. Nor shall not, if I do as I intend. Bdrowne. Speak for yourselves, my wit is at an end. King. Teach us, sweet madam, for our rude transgression, some fair excuse. Princess. The fairest is confession. Were not you here but even now disguised? King. Madam, I was. Princess. And were you well advised? King. I was, fair madam. Princess. When you then were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear? King. That more than all the world I did respect her. Princess. When she shall challenge this, you will reject her. King. Upon mine honor, no. Princess. Peace, peace, forbear. Your oath once broke, you force not to forswear. King. Despise me when I break this oath of mine. Princess. I will and therefore keep it, Rosaline. What did the Russian whisper in your ear? Rosaline. Madam, he swore that he did hold me dear, as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto, moreover, that he would wed me, or else die my lover. Princess. God give thee joy of him, the noble lord. Most honorably doth uphold his word. King. What mean you, madam, by my life, my troths? I never swore this lady such an oath. Rosaline. By heaven, you did, and to confirm it plain. You gave me this, but take it, sir, again. King. My faith and this the princess I did give. I knew her by this jewel on her sleeve. Princess. Pardon me, sir, this jewel did she wear. And Lord Baron, I thank him, is my dear. What, will you have me, or your pearl again? Bdrowne. Neither of either, I remit both twain. I see the trick on't, here was a consent, knowing aforehand of our merriment, to dash it like a Christmas comedy. Some carry tale, some please man, some slight zany. Some mumble news, some trencher knight, some dick, that smiles his cheek in years and knows the trick, to make my lady laugh when she's disposed. Told our intents before, which once disclosed. The ladies did change favors, and then we. Following the signs, wooed but the sign of she. Now, to our perjury to add more terror. We are again forsworn in will and error. Much upon this tease, and might not you forestall our sport to make us thus untrue. Do not you know my lady's foot by th square? In laugh upon the apple of her eye. And stand between her back, sir, and the fire. Holding a trencher, jesting merrily. You put our page out, go, you are allowed. Die when you will, a smock shall be your shroud. You leer upon me, do you? There's an eye. Wounds like a leaden sword. Boyt. Full merrily. Hath this brave manage this career been run? Bdrowne. Lo, he is tilting straight, peace I have done. Enter Costard. Welcome, pure wit, thou part'st the affair fray. Costard. O Lord, sir, they would know whether the three worthies shall come in or no. Bdrowne. What, are there but three? Costard. No, sir, but it is vara fine. For every one person's three. Bdrowne. And 3 times thrice is 9. Costard. Not so, sir, under correction, sir, I hope it is not so. You cannot beg us, sir, I can assure you, sir, we know what we know. I hope, sir, 3 times thrice, sir. Bdrowne. Is not 9. Costard. Under correction, sir, we know whereuntil it doth amount. Bdrowne. By Jove, I always took 3 threes for 9. Costard. O Lord, sir, it were pity you should get your living by reckoning, sir. Bdrowne. How much is it? Costard. O Lord, sir, the parties themselves, the actors, sir, will show whereuntil it doth amount. For mine own part, I am, as they say, but to perfect one man in one poor man, Pompeian the Great, sir. Bdrowne. Art thou one of the worthies? Costard. It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompey the Great. For mine own part, I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him. Bdrowne. Go bid them prepare. Costard. We will turn it finely off, sir, we will take some care. King. Baron, they will shame us, let them not approach. Bdrowne. We are shame-proof, my lord, and 'tis some policy.